because I felt like I wasn't as hot of a producer at the time. So, you know, in this music game, in this entertainment, whether you're a rapper, you're a DJ, or, you know, a producer, whatever it is you do, you got to find creative ways. You got to find creative ways to keep yourself relevant and keep yourself high. Go ahead.
I got a question, man.
What's up?
How did you come about working with Jacob?
Jay Z.
What? That's amazing beat.
What's so crazy is, how many of y'all listen to Jay Z? Y'all, who are y'all like Jay Z?
I know.
Especially down here. Down here specifically.
Yeah. I know. That's fine with Jay Z.
I ain't gonna lie. I keep it all the way at 100.
Yeah, it's a whole nother drip up there.
Me, I never was just a big Jay Z fan. I always thought he was the truth, but he never just made me feel like, ooh, I want to be like him. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you said, it just seemed like it was just too far away.
Yeah, he was too far away.
So I never, I'm gonna get him some beats one day, or thought about that. So I was in LA, and you know, a lot of people want to do deals with me, like publishing deals, record deals. I was sitting down with this guy named Big John. He's a big dog in the publishing game. He was like, hey man, me and Jay were just talking about you. I'm like, Jay, well, who is Jay? What you talking about? You know, what Jay you talking about? He said, man, watch this. So he text Jay Z on the phone like, hey man, I got Zaytoven right here. Jay Z hit back with the whoa and said, hey man, can Zaytoven come to my house? And I was like, for real? Like, I didn't even know that he even paid attention to who I, you know what I mean, paid attention to who I was. So that very next day, I go to Jay Z house. I mean, the house where Beyonce at and Blue Eyes, y'all, you know what I mean? But it was just amazing to me. Now I'm sitting down, me and Jay Z kicking it, you know, in his basement, just talking, you know, 2-3 hours, just kicking it. I never, you know, imagined, you know, anything like that. Being a producer coming up the way I did, you know, I never thought that. Not only did I not reach out to him, but he reached out to me. Like, hey, hold on. You know, he got something I want. And he specifically said, I need Zaytoven. I want them beats with them pianos and strings and stuff like that. So that means he been paying attention. You know what I mean? Guys like that, you know, they got certain tastes. Yeah, they masters. So it's like, okay, I know what I want. I want what he got right there. So, you know, to me, that was just amazing. Just to sit there. I know when I put that picture up, everybody was like, ooh.
Hey, when I saw that shit, I said, ooh,
Internet went crazy.
Flipped out when I saw that. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what?
Yeah,
but for me, like, even if a song never came out with me and Jay Z, it still gave me the confidence, you know, and whatever I needed to keep, you know what I mean, going hard. It's like, it's just confirmation for me, like, dang, Jay Z just called me over to his house. You know what I mean? Even if one song that never come out, you know what I mean? I got what I needed from that, you know, that situation. So.
But he always, one thing about Jay Z, why I've been following so long, he always been saying for the longest, the South gonna come up. He always been on that T.I. He was on that T.I. Oh, that's what he said. Listen to. So when he got you, I said, boy, he been listening to South producers. But when he got Zay up, I'm like,
the artist, something like Kodak. Like when you think of Kodak, when you work with artists like Kodak, like what do you think about like artists like him, and then specifically the other artists that you heard from Florida? What's the difference between him and why, you know,
Haitian?
Who?
Yeah, Haitian.
That's true. I don't know that is.
I say he Haitian.
Oh yeah.
The fact that he's Haitian.
Man, you know, this game is always looking for new flavors and new ways to approach. Like who always been the big guys from Florida? I know Flyers was big.
Trick,
Ross,
Flow Rider, Pitbull.
T-Pain, yeah.
All this is all been a
Florida got a variety.
Florida
got so many different flavors.
Very saucy.
Yeah.
It's a certain kind of rapper that come out of Atlanta.
Marcy White.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like a like let's just say like a Gucci or a Trouble or you know them ones.
Yeah.
It can only be like just like Future. Like if Future ain't just when you work with him, what's the difference between let's say you working with him and working with let's say a Gucci?
Future astronaut.
That's a different type of shit.
He on a whole nother level. He's somewhere else. Like he on Pluto for real. Like so he one of the guys that it don't matter who beats you pull up anybody beats in there. He ain't got to listen to it, but for 5 minutes I'm going there and make a song that blow your mind. Like, man, that man just blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I see Jigga doing that, what was it, Blueprint, and when you hear there's certain beat for that, put that cross on, how that shit go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like, when you heard that beat, when they dropped that beat, like,
huh?
Future and you are symbolic of each other almost. Because he been in the game for a while. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think how Future was about 37 years old. You feel me? You know, you think about you being almost competitive. I think the most beats I heard a producer making here was how many? Was it 5?
What?
5 beats a day is the most.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well, you know how we might bust out 10, 15, 20, depending on the type of day it is. You know what I mean? So, but you know, I always come to encourage each producer. Everybody not gonna be the same. Everybody gonna have different methods on how they do things. So, you know, I want to hear anybody else got any questions?
Before we start playing the beat, anybody got any questions?
Anybody else?
Man,
you gotta be shy now.
Y'all familiar with Cassie J? Y'all was playing that.
Cassie J, step up to the plate, man.
Oh man, y'all want me to take the floor?
Yo, gotta let them know.
Slide over, Zaytoven.
Get all this goodness in here, man. Come on, man.
What's going on? What I'm supposed to be doing?
Is anybody familiar with Cassie J?
I'm Cassius.
Anybody familiar with it?
I took Zaytoven sound, ran with it, got well known, and I switched it up and brought my own swag to it, and you know what I'm saying, we still rock.
What's up?
I'm one of the loyal ones, you know. It's a lot of them came through the Toven hand, but you know, I stuck with my boy. That's my brother, so.
But you almost like a cheat sheet too, though.
So, yeah, what kind of
you already don't know it.
Artists?
Oh,
because both of y'all play,
Future,
right? But you said something earlier when you said both, because like you had to go through the same thing.
What? We got the same story. That one to tell.
No, not necessarily.
Go ahead.
No, y'all don't.
You tell. You know.
Yeah.
No, Fred, tell me what you're saying so I can say it. Make sure.
Like when people you gotta think of they specifically were paying bankroll.
Right.
Like a certain beaches you made.
Oh, the hot boy.
You see what I'm saying?
I met Bankroll. So I just give y'all a rundown real quick. I don't want to hold your time. I met Bankroll fresh through Zaytoven. Me and Bankroll was real cool. Of course, through Zaytoven. So me and Fresh used to take Zay's studio when he went in there.
Early in the morning.
3, 4 in the morning. We just take the man's studio all night, create songs, and we had created Hot Boy, so we had a little hit. So of course we ran with that. And then I think I started working with Migos and Future. Me and Future went to high school together, so we rekindled the love. And obviously I seen it's Dolph. Royalty.
Rich Homie Corn.
Rich Homie Corn.
Hey, look, you see me going over there for the juggler,
all I
baby.
did was the same thing he just told y'all. So it ain't even really, I ain't got too much to say. The same thing he said, how he made beats, 10, 15 beats a day. Got up with different artists and gave beats, same beat. We might do the same beat. We're going to get 18 niggas. Somebody going to make a hit from it.
So and you got to stay on it, too. I know one thing about Cassius is, like, his work ethic. Like, once he lock in with an artist, he gonna be with that. I call him for 20 days straight. And like I'm with Future. I'm with Future. I'm with Future. I'm with you know, Cool America. All the groups. TK and Cash. I mean, he goes in with these guys, and you definitely got to go in with. Once you find, like they were saying, you got to find an artist and go in crazy with that artist and make that artist something. You got to always look at the artist as something that you can improve. Like they might not have everything, but it might be a situation where how you guys work together might be more valuable than their current sound. So you got to be able to look at artists and individuals that come into your organization that put them in, you know, working with 30, 40 artists. But you just got to.
What's the hardest thing about working with artists? You know, producers and artists.
Producers is easy. Producers is easy. I mean, once you know, when I do management, artist management, the first thing I start with is making beats every day. These guys right here had a competition. I know for a while it was like, oh, I did 10 today, I did 15, like back and forth, 20, 30 days straight. You're not gonna catch anybody that has a work ethic like that. There's no way. It's over with. You're not doing 1 or 2 beats a day. You're not gonna catch it because they're doing so many. There's so many chances to find better material and stuff like that, and just, you know, basically fine tune whatever you're doing as far as making those beats. So it's just really about work. The work ethic is first, and your relationships. You gotta make sure that you got good relationships with your teams. Put good solid people around you. work with solid, talented people. Sometimes they're not gonna, you know, like I said, they're not gonna shine. But you gotta find something that's in them that you can say, okay, I can go with this.
Well, really, the key is, man. I don't know if they said this already. If y'all from Florida, and the producers, all of y'all, I'll be chasing the artists in Florida. Trying to break them artists. Instead of trying to chase, like, that's what me and him do. I know. Me personally, I always work with the people in Atlanta. So if I can get Migos, Future, Thug, Quan, whoever in Atlanta, 21 when he was there, those are the niggas I'm gonna rock with the hardest. Because they gonna get you to the Wiz Khalifa's and all the other niggas, YG, y'all niggas on the West Coast. So Kodak, when Kodak used to come to Atlanta, that's how I got with Kodak.
You were one of the first, I think.
Matter of fact, I was at the Revo conference.
I remember that.
The very first Revo conference. Nobody didn't know who he was. And I grabbed him real quick and started making beats.
What you seen in?
Shoot, nigga was a star. I was with Jesus and Jesus was talking about it. And this boy, he broke. Jesus talking about Kodak. So I was like, shit.
Actually, yeah, we were looking for him before that. Because we had started hitting this, like, it was a time, so they'll get together and be like, hey, look, go find who's hot in this area. And we were at the time we was in Florida, just like looking for artists and stuff like that. We just started sending messages. And you just gotta be persistent. You gotta find a team that's gonna be like, hey, look, they're gonna do whatever you ask them to kind of do. You don't gotta keep checking.
There's a lot of artists in Florida.
That's the key right there.
And you guys can get to those artists quickly. So it's like, you know, you're closer. You can probably drive a couple hours and you're either in Miami meeting with an artist, Tampa meeting with an artist, or whatever like that. So just kind of get it, you know, and try to guide them the right way and make sure you give them good material.
Yep.
Send out lots of beats.
Any other questions?
Man, I want to.
I was gonna say, like, what are y'all like favorite songs y'all did? Like, what are some of your favorite songs? Or like, actually, like one, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. One of my favorite songs I produce is Gucci First Day Out.
Oh, that's like one of my favorites.
What? That was a lick right there, boy. Trust me.
So, and I think for producers, I don't think people understand how valuable it is to your presentation. Like, you know, producers really just known for being in the studio or being in the background. Now the game is different now. Like, you have to have a presentation. You got to look good. You got to, you know what I mean, invest in how you look. So when you run into whatever artist it is that you're trying to work with, they'll show you some type of respect. I know it be, you know what I mean? A lot of times, if you show up to someone out for real, that's just how this stuff works. People don't want to give nobody no money that ain't got no money. They want to give people money that already got some money. So you got, when I say that, I'm saying you got to look like money or look like something when you got giving your beats to somebody, or you run into, say if you run into your favorite artist today, when you want to tell him I'm a producer and I want to give you some beats, you want to look like you're a star producer already. Because they're going to look at you and be like, you know what, I do want some beats. I want some beats from you. Because that's how I got them. I remember my first $10,000 I got, I spent all my money on a necklace. Yeah, I bought me a fur coat. And I was just, you know what I mean? Because I knew I was in the studio with somebody. And this other guy, I think it was David Banner at the time.
I think it was.
Yeah, David Banner.
You the top live stream.
Yeah,
you the top live.
For real? Oh, what's up? So I'm in the studio with him. And of course, they big time. They got beats. People know them already. But somebody like me come in and the man got on icy necklace or some fur. Now, I ain't got one beat. You ain't never heard me produce. Nobody beat before. But just off my looks, it's like, who song you did? Who you produced for? It don't even matter because you know you present yourself a certain way. So you can't go to nobody with your shirt look like you been wrestling and your shoes curled up. Because then nobody gonna want no beats for you. You know what I mean? So nowadays, that's what I have to do right now. I have to invest in how I look just as much as I invest in my equipment. You know what I mean? This the entertainment business. So, you know, presentation is almost 90% of the battle.